Hello, everyone. So, in our last class, we got done reading My Nature Notebook. We read it in class, and we got to see a child observe part of the forest habitat in her backyard. So, today, we're going to talk about different ways we can study different habitats too. So, step one for you to do is to go in your Google Classroom and listen to me read My Nature Notebook again. Okay? It is there for you to go back on, reflect on. If you need to pause it, rewind it, watch it as many times as you need to, but that is what you're going to do right now. You're going to go back and you are going to listen to me read My Nature Notebook again. I want you to pause this right now and go do that. All right, now that you have reread and rewatched me read My Nature Notebook, this is what you're going to do. I'm about to share my screen so that we could talk about our main question today. There we go. All right, let me put this in present mode. So, our main question is, how do scientists study habitats? Remember, we're going to be the scientists today, you and me. So, we're going to look at different habitats and we're going to write down ways that we can study them, just like this child wrote down ways that she was observing and studying the forest habitat in her backyard. So, we're going to need our nature note or investigation notebook right now. Okay, so get it out. I have mine out right now. I want you to get it out and turn to page 4. I'll give you a minute, okay? All right, now that we're all on page 4 of My Nature Notebook, let's read the directions. It says, after reading My Nature Notebook, think about the ways the child studied the forest habitat. In each box below, write one way she studied the forest habitat. Now, there are 6 boxes here, but I'm only looking for 3 ways, okay? How many? 3. So, what you're going to do right now is you're going to number each box and you're going to give me at least 3 ways that this child in the book observed her forest habitat. Let's remember what the word observe means. I'll give you a minute to think. Observe means to look at your surroundings, and we use our senses to look, smell, hear, feel our surroundings and study it. So you're going to write down at least 3 ways this child observed her forest habitat in her backyard. Remember, you can go back in the book. It's all in the book. I want you to write it down though. If you can come up with 6 ways, that's perfect. That's fine. But I'm only looking for 3. We're not turning this in, but I may ask for it later on down the road. So keep that in mind. After you are done with that, you are going to go to my Google Classroom. Let me pull it up real quick. And you're going to see an assignment that looks like this. It's going to say assignment number 2, studying habitats. It's going to have a picture of an ocean on it at the beginning. The directions say, choose one habitat and list at least 3 ways you can observe that habitat. Think about how you could observe the animals and plants in the habitat. Be specific and write in complete sentences. So this is the part where we are taking what we saw the child do in My Nature Notebook, and we are applying it to a different habitat. So remember, we're going back into the book and apply what we learned in the book to our own habitats. So you have the choice between an ocean habitat, a forest habitat, a river habitat, a desert habitat, and an Arctic habitat. Now, you may not have seen any of these before, so that's why I've provided you pictures. On this very last page right here, it's the exact same directions as in our book, but we're gonna mix it up a bit, all right? We're gonna change it so that it's not about the forest habitat in our book, but it's about whatever habitat you choose. So up here, there's a space for you to put your name, the date, and right here to write in what habitat you chose. All right? So there are some questions I have. Do you see any plants in your habitat? If you do, and if you know the name of those plants, so it could be a tree, flower, grass, moss, cactus, weeds. If you know the name of those plants, list them. All right, do you see any plants? Yes, I see blah, 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 blah. The next question, do you see any animals? If so, what animals do you see? All right, if you don't see any animals, just say no. The next 4 are going to be ways that you can observe this habitat. So this is where we're remembering what we learned from My Nature Notebook and applying it here. I only asked for 3 ways, but if you can come up with 4, that will be great. So this is your assignment that is due this week, okay? So what we did in our nature notebook, that's not due. This is what's due, and it will be in Google Classroom. If you have any questions at all, or if you have any concerns or comments, please reach out to me. I will be available for any sort of question or any sort of issue you have. All right? So, I hope you learned something, and I hope that you are ready. So sorry. Miss Greer's still trying to figure out this. There we go. All right. So if you have any questions at all, let me know, and I will be happy to answer them. Make sure you go back and read the book or listen to the book so that you have a better understanding of what Miss Greer is looking for, okay? All right. Bye-bye.